okay, there was this one time, this lady, it was going so well. It was going so well. I was just cutting her hair. She's like, "Oh yeah, like I want face framing." And I was like, "Okay, like I kind of know how to do that, but I'm not 100% sure. So let me go grab my teacher." So my teacher is helping somebody else. So I just go tell her like, "Hey, like whenever you're ready, I need your help doing face framing." And she was still over there like 20 minutes later. I'm like, "Dang, like let me go ask somebody else." So I grabbed one of my classmates and I love her. I love her. I love her. So sweet. I'm like, "Hey, like, do you know how to do face framing?" She's like, "Oh yeah, like I know how to do face framing." I was like, "Oh, okay." So come on. Completely botches this woman, bro. It was so
What?
terrible.
Welcome to the Unknown Options, a place where we explore the unknown options. My name is Will, and today I have with me Awatif. Awatif, it's great to have you here. Your journey is important, so we want to highlight the good, the bad, and the ugly. For someone who might not know, what is a cosmetologist?
So, a cosmetologist is somebody who, well, there's a lot of things that goes into it. So, you can be a hair person, like a hairstylist. You can be a makeup artist, a hair removal specialist, esthetician, a lot. Yeah, I do hair.
Okay, I like it. How did you get started on your journey into being a cosmetologist?
So at the age of 15, when somebody's starting to like plan out their life, like, okay, where do I want to go to college? What do I want to do? I was like, dang, I really don't want to go to college. And I really liked cosmetics, hair, makeup, the whole shebang. And one of my relatives, she had a salon and she was like, "Hey, like, do you need a job?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I became her assistant. So, and what that was just me washing her client's hair, blow drying, cleaning the salon. So that gave me like a really good look at what I would do if I became a cosmetologist. So that's how I got my foot in the door.
Okay, I like it. What I mean, you're one of our younger guests. We talked about that before we started. What made you not interested in going to college?
Yeah, so school had always been a struggle for me. Just like motivation, paying attention in class, the subject matter. I was just like, dang, I really am not interested in doing this for another 4 years. And I was like, why don't I go into a field where I can be creative? Because that's something that I've always loved. It was just being creative, art. I love art. So this was a really good way for me to be artistic, but also make money.
Okay, I like it. What? How did your parents take it when you told them that like you were pursuing cosmetology over like college?
So they were super supportive. They were super supportive. Not a lot of people, a lot of people's parents, they ideally like they want their child to go to college, get a 4 year degree. But no, my parents were super supportive. Super. I'm super grateful, super fortunate. They were great. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely like a unique story, I should say. A lot of people's parents, that, especially on this podcast, I think everyone's parents, they always come around to like what you do, but some of them are definitely not supportive in those, I guess, beginning stages of the career journey. Definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. My parents were just happy that I was doing something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, I mean that makes sense. There's a lot of, I guess, people. You're not a kid. Adults. You're an
Mhm.
adult. There's a lot of adults that really don't have any work ethic. So, I mean, that's definitely something to be proud
For
of.
sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely, definitely. So, I mean, you said so obviously you didn't go to college. But obviously you're probably in like relationships with other cosmetologists. Is college like? Do some cosmetologists have college, or what's like the schooling to become a cosmetologist?
Yeah, so the schooling requirements, you go to cosmetology school. So, for instance, Central Piedmont has a cosmetology program. I started there. I was like, man, I'm not really feeling this. So I just went to full on cosmetology school. I went to Paul Mitchell in Charlotte.
Okay.
And then the minimum you need to complete 1,500 hours in order for you to go, yeah, in order for you to go
Nice.
take your state board, like your two exams that you need to then get your license.
Okay.
Hmm.
Why weren't you like? What was the differences between like I guess CPCC and like Paul Mitchell? Like what made you leave CPCC to go to Paul Mitchell?
So, okay. Yes. So CPCC, while doing the cosmetology program, you also had to be working at getting your associates as well. So I tried that, and I was doing like the cosmetology during the day, and then like 2 nights out of the week I would go do night classes at CP the Levine campus by my house. And I was like, dang, like I really am hating this,
Yeah.
so let me just like not do this. So yeah, so then that's why I went to Paul Mitchell. There I didn't have to do any of the associates stuff. I didn't have to read, I didn't have to write papers. It was just
Okay.
hair, 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 which I enjoyed.
Nice. So it's
Yeah.
just 1,500 hours of like just really like I guess doing different styles. Like what encompass like I guess like the curriculum of those 1,500 hours.
Yeah, so you start off, when you start, you're in this program called Core. So Core, I want to say, was like 6 weeks. So in Core, you're really just like learning. Like the teacher is going over everything, everything, everything. So like chemical treatments, hairstyling, safety protocols, all of that stuff. And then once you're done with Core, you go on to the next phase, which is called, I think it's called Protege, where then you're actually like hands on a mannequin. You're hands on doing the stuff on a mannequin. And once you complete all that and your teacher's like, okay, like you know what you're doing, then you go onto the floor. So on the floor is like, it's basically like a salon in the school.
Hmm.
So yeah, so you would be in class like 2 days. On half of one of those days you would go down and do hair, like you'd be on the floor, on the salon floor, and then one day you would just be on the floor the whole day.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's an
Hmm.
interesting like concept being on the floor. I mean, obviously you're like a newer cosmetologist. Then like, what are like the best and worst experiences of being on the floor like when you first like started?
Okay. So you know, when you're first starting out, you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
There was this one time where oh my god, I'll never forget this. Okay, there was this one time, this lady, it was going so well. It was going so well. I was just cutting her hair. She's like, "Oh yeah, like I want face framing." And I was like, "Okay, like I kind of know how to do that, but I'm not 100% sure. So let me go grab my teacher." So my teacher is helping somebody else. So I just go tell her like, "Hey, like whenever you're ready, I need your help doing face framing." And she was still over there like 20 minutes later. I'm like, "Dang, like let me go ask somebody else." So I grabbed one of my classmates, and I love her. I love her. I love her. So sweet. I'm like, "Hey, like, do you know how to do face framing?" She's like, "Oh yeah, like I know how to do face framing." I was like, "Oh, okay." So come on. Completely botches this woman, bro. It was so
What?
terrible. Like the short pieces, like face framing is supposed to literally just frame your face like right here.
Mm,
Okay,
okay.
the shorter pieces went like back here. Like they were like here. They came back here. So like this whole area was just short. It's just messed up. The lady was so upset. She's like, "Oh, you were doing so good." I was like, "I know, girl." So that was on me. That was my fault. And my classmate, she's still learning too. So like it's not on her, you know, but I'll
Yeah.
never forget that ever.
What? So like I mean obviously like people are particular about their hair like it's like how do you know you like done like a good like I guess job on it because like I feel like people are
Exactly.
never satisfied.
Dude, that's such a great question. Like, and it sometimes it can be so hard to read people. Some people are just it's very obvious what they're feeling. They wear their emotions on their face, so you
Yeah.
can just instantly tell. Some people are just like, I love it. It's beautiful. I'm like, do you really love it though? But yeah, usually I'll just be like, so like, how's the color? How's the cut? They'll be like, oh my gosh, it's great. Da, 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 da. And they'll say they love it. So I'm like, okay, like, yeah, good job, me. Like, I did a good job. But there will be like times here and there, and of course, like you said, people are super particular about their hair, which I understand. So am I. So I totally get it if like I'm like, okay, like, how's the color? They'll be like, oh, well, like, this piece right here is a little light. I'm like, oh, okay, like, we can definitely fix. Then we can go and fix it, like,
True.
immediately. As long as their hair is not on the floor,
True.
then we can fix it.
True. Yeah.
So we
That
can
makes
fix it.
sense.
So yeah, I try to get reassurance for myself just so I know that they're happy, that they're leaving happy, because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So like, if they're not happy and they're paying all that money, it's like, dang, like, you're doing them a disservice if they're not leaving completely satisfied. So yeah, I
Definitely.
always I always make sure that they're like completely satisfied by the time they're
Definitely.
like walking out the door.
Okay, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that. Okay, customer first. Yeah, that's. I mean,
absolutely.
that's the like that. Yeah,
Mm,
that's the attitude you.
sometimes.
Oh, really? I
I mean,
mean,
unless that's very rare. Like, unless they're disrespecting you, then yeah, customer first
or
always.
is it like is it like obviously it's not regular, but what's the furthest like customers do to like disrespect you in that like environment?
I've been super fortunate, but I've heard stories from like like my peers, coworkers. But I mean, sometimes I think it's because of how young I am. They just think that I don't
Mm,
know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. So they'll speak to me in like a very condescending way, and I pick up on it instantly because I'm very good about reading, body
yeah,
language, tone of voice, all that. So sometimes you can just tell it's never like a blatant thing with me, at least, which thank goodness I'm glad. I mean, yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
yeah,
But you'll just have those one bad seeds like once in a blue moon that are just like so rude, and like unless they're saying something blatantly disrespectful, like how am I going to call them out? Like what could I say,
yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, but I've been super fortunate. I haven't had any like crazy terrible people. But yeah.
True. That's good. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes sense. What is your I guess your day to day being a cosmetologist?
So it really just depends. Most days, so in the summer, we will hit like a lull, so it can get a little slower than usual, but like
Wait,
usually,
why is that? Because I would think it'd be busier in the summertime.
right, you would think so. So I think in the summertime, like people are just going out of town, they're traveling, it's the summer, they want to go to the beach, they want to get out of town, whatever. Um, it's usually the busiest, like right before school starts, all the kids are coming to get their hair done. Um, winter during the holidays, everybody wants their hair looking good for the holidays. They're about to see their families or just whatever. They have different work
Yeah.
events. They just want to be looking pretty. But yeah, so my day to day, on a good day I'll have like six, 7 people. So it really just depends. Some days I can just be doing back to back colors. Some days I can just be doing back to back cuts. Some days are back to back styling. Like it really just depends. But
Okay.
ideally, I do want to be booked like back to back to back.
Okay. How
Yeah.
long does it take you to like do each person? I mean, obviously, it like it's differences in what you're doing to each person. But like, how long does it take like the average job to get done?
So the average, okay. So there are a couple different things that you could do on a person. I'm sorry, once my sister's in the
Oh, you
get
could, you
out,
could, you
please get out, girlfriend. I'm a little busy right now.
you
But
good.
so it really just depends. If it's like a color job, um, roughly like 2 hours. If
Hmm.
it's just a haircut, usually like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah,
That ain't bad. That's not bad.
yeah,
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
about what I pay for. I mean, how long I stay in there for my haircut? It's an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Now, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
an hour.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's good. It's an experience. I
It is.
it's a service. I mean, that's why I don't know. Some people are rude in that environment, but I mean, people are different. So
I know some people are just very strange, but yeah, it's nice because like you're going. Do you feel like pampered after you leave
yeah,
your? Okay,
yeah.
why you say it like
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know, like, I mean, I probably wouldn't use like that word, but I mean, yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
respect it.
no,
I respect
yeah,
it.
but it's the truth. Yeah, I mean, like me, and my brother we're like really good friends, so it's like it's not even about like I guess like the pampering for me because I mean that word does explain like the I guess the what happens, but it's for me it's more
Mhm.
about the conversation that me and him have usually.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's always a good conversation, and he does a great job too. I don't get my hair cut like that often. Honestly, I really don't. I just go
Yeah.
to but
Yeah.
when I go, he does a really good job. Like we catch up like on life, honestly, for about an hour. Just
Oh,
catch up on life.
that's
So
what's
it's great.
up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's good. Shout out wrongs. Yeah.
Shout out Ron's.
Um, if you were a younger Awatif, let's say 18, you just graduated high school, would you do anything differently?
Hmm. No, so I like to live my life, just living with no regrets, just because,
Sure.
like, you can't really do anything about it now. Like, you can't go back in time, you can't change anything. And literally every single thing, whether it was like this important, like, so not important, like, everything I've done has, like, led me to, like, right now.
True.
So I'm like, but if I had a time machine or something, I would have gone to college. I think I would have gone to college solely for the experience that a lot of my
Mm,
peers have gotten. They've gotten to essentially like find themselves in college, make a lot of friends, make a lot of connections. Um yeah, I think yeah. Yeah. Maybe go to college for like 1 year and then go do her.
oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're
No, no, no,
still like, yeah, okay, I
no.
got
Still
you. I
like
got you.
no
Yeah,
school.
I got you. Yeah, the college experience is definitely like it's like second to none. Like I met a lot of my good friends right now. I went to UC Charlotte, so I met a lot of my good friends there. And like
Mhm.
people that go to college and they don't like live on campus or near campus, they like kind of have like the same like I guess like what you said. Like they really don't experience the college lifestyle. All they experience is the work and not really I guess the fun aspect of it. And it's like I think everyone should experience like at least college for like a year because you'll find out who you are at college and you find out who you aren't either. I mean like you find out both ways like what you will do and what you won't do. Like it's a lot of everything, but it's a I'm now reminiscing on the college days. It's a good experience. It's a really good experience
For
college.
sure. For sure, for
Very good.
sure. I'm glad you got that experience. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's like I wouldn't like I don't think college is necessary for success. I went to CPCC my first year to the Levine campus, honestly, and then
Mhm.
I went to Charlotte for 3 years.
Mhm.
And it's like those were. I'm just like you. I don't like regret life, but like those 3 years were some of the best years of my life. Not because of the
Oh.
party stuff. It's just because of the people, the friends I made. I met my wife while I was in college, not at the same school, but I met her while I was in college. I made
Yeah.
a lot of relationships, so it's like it's you should do it. You should like go to Charlotte for a year and just try it out, or somewhere in America,
Heck
wherever.
yeah. Heck
Yeah, just
yeah.
try it out. Okay,
Absolutely.
okay, perfect. Well, now we're gonna go to the not so speed round. We're gonna ask you like I think six or seven questions, and
Cool.
just want to hear what you got to say. Uh,
Absolutely.
what are 4 words that describe a cosmetologist?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one. Busy, creative, speedy. That doesn't apply to everybody, but you do want to be fast. Like you do want
Okay.
to be fast because time is money.
Yeah.
Um Organized.
Mm, okay. I think I know, but why organize?
Organized just because like I'm talking about like during the appointment, like you don't want to have your stuff like all over the place. Like you don't want to be making a mess. Like sometimes messes happen, absolutely, but like to keep your for me personally, like in order to keep my mind focused, my head clear, I need my space to be clear. Like my work
Mm,
tray, where all my tools are at, I need it to like be just not like some it gets a little messy, but I don't want
yeah.
it to be like, wow, a tornado just like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
and
sense.
and also it helps you maintain speed because like you don't want to have to spend 100 years like looking for something or cleaning something up. Like you just want to be going at like a very steady pace.
Okay. That makes sense. That it builds the organization builds on to the speediness. Makes sense.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's the profession that's cosmetology is like most like? So like a different profession that you think it would be like, I guess similar.
Super similar. Probably. Probably masseuse. I don't know
Mm.
what
Yeah.
masseuse. Yeah,
Masseuse. Yeah, masseuse. Yeah.
masseuse. Yes, masseuse. Um, just because like a masseuse is pampering you, like you're
Mm.
relaxed. I mean, not everybody is relaxed when they go get their hair done, but usually my clients are pretty relaxed. Like it's their time, like their me time. Um, and like a masseuse, I feel like just takes care of you, helps your body. I don't really help the body. It's more of like a vanity thing,
Yeah.
but like but
Yeah.
like I do what I can. I'll massage the head a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. That's like I think it's like a perfect, like, I guess, kind of example, honestly. Like, I'm a massage advocate. I try to get like one a month. I really try to get one a week, but one a week is too expensive. So one a
Dude,
month at least.
wait. I have a life hack for you. Carolina Place. The chair massages at Carolina Place.
Are they
They have
good?
dude, yeah. If you need one in a pinch
True.
and dude, best thing ever. You could
How
go
much do they
multiple times a week.
cost?
I want to say like 30 minutes is like $45.
45? But
Yeah, dude.
45, you could just get like you could pay somebody else to do it, I
Where
think.
are you going? Wait, where are you going?
I mean, well, honestly, so there's a place off of it's I forgot what it's called. I mean, like what road it's off of, but it's called Zen Massage, and they're
I
very cheap.
I love Zen. I love
Yeah,
Zen. I
I,
know.
I
I
think
love
I
Zen.
think Zen is 54, right, or 64 for an hour.
No way. Is it really?
I think so. It's really cheap because like
Okay.
it's like walk-ins or not walk-ins. You schedule it, but it's like. But I go to another lady named her name is her name of her place is Tulia, and she I pay her like 120, so that's why I can't go there all the time.
Wait for how long?
Uh,
90?
yes, 90. Yeah,
Okay.
90.
I
Yeah.
can get down with that. Okay.
She's really good. Like she's
Once in
she's
a
in
while, yeah.
Matthews. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's not every. It's like a treat
Everybody,
almost. Yeah.
everybody listening, go support that woman.
Yeah, it's called Tulia massages. But anyways,
Sorry.
back on. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Hey, you're good. What would the world look like without cosmetologists?
Ugly. I'm just kidding. um, Honestly, I just more. Oh, that's such a wow. I feel like more naturally beautiful. Like nobody would really. I feel like there's such an unnecessary amount of pressure on women and even men to like look good all the time. And I just feel like everybody would be a lot nicer. Like nobody would really care how they look. It's just it would all be like everybody would be more focused on like your character and your intentions.
Mm,
Yeah, there's a lot of vanity that goes into this industry. Like which I get it because like when you look good, you feel good, but sometimes it can almost be like too much. Like
mm.
but then
So
again, who am I to say? Like it's just a personal thing.
I mean, you're allowed to have your opinion, and I mean, your opinion
That's
is
true.
valid. But I gotta ask this question now. So, is your job kind of bittersweet because like you feel like you're feeding into vanity, and then like, but you're also
Yeah, I'm like contributing to this like beauty standard of like don't age, like never age, like you're not allowed to age. Like most of my clientele, I would say aren't like middle-aged women. You
Mm-hmm.
know, their hair is graying, they're aging, they're going through menopause, like they're starting to get wrinkles, and like all of these things are so natural, so natural, but we've just been
Mm.
taught like do not age, like it's unacceptable for you to age naturally, like you need to go and cover your grays, you need to go get Botox. So yes, I do feel like I'm contributing to it a little bit.
It's That's really interesting that you say that because I was having a conversation with one of my neighbors 2 days ago. She's 60, she's 67. She's a really nice
Mhm.
lady. And we're like really good friends, honestly. We're talking for like 2 hours outside.
Oh
And
wow, nice, yeah.
she has brown hair. And she told me, she was like, Will, I have never seen my gray hair because I dye it every week. So it's like she's like, I don't want to see how it looks. I was like, you should go gray. It'll probably look nice. And like she
Yeah,
was like, no, no. Then I finally convinced her to like do it. Cause I'm like, I'm of the same approach of like we have to embrace like the natural cycles of life, and it's like
yeah.
it's I feel like in a few, because I mean honestly it's really weird. Not It's not weird. Maybe it is. I don't know. But like really young girls are like starting to like look like grown women, and then like the grown women want to look, and I guess older women want to look like the younger women. So it's like there's like no there's no it's all redundant, like there's no like difference in like how people look, and it is really weird. It's weird. We're in a weird place in society where people don't want to be, I guess, how they should. I mean, like you said, I can't say like they should look that way, but it's definitely natural. Like you know what I mean, it's definitely natural. Yeah, I don't know.
100%. No,
Yeah,
100%. I know it's kind of sad, but I mean, it is what it is.
yeah.
If, yeah, it is what it is. Maybe one day all the men and women will just be gray. They'll just be gray. Who knows?
Hey, yeah, you never know. Probably not, but you never know. Anything can
And
happen.
I and I won't have a job.
Yeah, but I mean, I think cosmetologists will like just evolve into another, like a different type of, like, I guess, like you said, pampering role. Like they might be like a beauty consultant. You know what I mean?
For
That's really
sure.
big now, like on like
For sure.
YouTube, like all that kind of stuff.
For sure.
What's the worst stigma associated with cosmetologists? Thing.
That's a great question. I I would say mean, mean, like intimidate. I used to think this about hairstylists, like just very like mean, just
Mm.
mean, vain people. And some of them are, some of them
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Luckily at my place of work, nobody's like that. But yeah, so yeah, just mean
Okay.
and callous and stuck up and vain.
Oh man, wow. I mean, I I get my hair braided, but I guess yeah, I guess they're cosmetologists too.
Yeah.
They've all been nice to me,
Hmm.
but I know they treat men differently than they treat women, because my mom always kind of gets like negative like experiences when she goes to salons.
No
And yeah,
way.
and then she'll be like, "Oh, you got a good response." So I don't know. I think it. I mean, obviously, it's different for everybody, but it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, my mom definitely gets the short
that
end of the
makes me
stick.
that makes me sad. That makes me sad.
But she did have a great experience. Shout out Naya, because Naya just did her hair. I'm not talking about you, Naya. So she did. Naya did a great job.
Oh.
Yeah, no shade at all. Naya did a really good job. But like before Naya,
Yeah.
yeah. It's definitely is interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good, because yeah. I'm rambling, but yeah,
No, you're
people.
good.
The, I guess cosmetologists and even some barbers are very forward, and like I guess that could be like interpreted as mean. And I mean they are. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
Sometimes it
like
is.
yeah, they're very strict to like what they do and how they do it, and they don't really allow any change or whatever. Okay.
Hmm.
Are you underpaid or overpaid as a cosmetologist?
Ooh, I hope my boss doesn't watch this. I would say un, somewhere in the Okay, so say underpaid is right here,
Yeah.
overpaid is right here. I'm kind of like I would say I'm underpaid for the work that I do. Yeah. I'm not even gonna try to like sugarcoat or beat around the bush. I'm underpaid, I feel like.
Okay. Why is that?
So at my salon, it's all commission based, and just for the way that I work, it's a lot of like physical labor. Like I'm on my
Mm.
feet all day long creating beautiful hair. And then I'm looking at my checks, I'm like, dang, like I can't even go and live on my own. Like,
Mm.
so
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, it's a struggle.
Okay. No, I mean, hey, this is what this platform for is like transparency. So how
Absolutely.
I guess how does a cosmetologist or what's your plan to like get to a point where like you can like sustain like the way that you want to live?
Mhm.
If that makes sense. That question
Yeah,
makes
for
sense.
sure. So, so it kind of just depends on you as well. Like if you're on social, which I need to do a better job of doing, is like the social media marketing. You could be posting on your social media, like posting like, "Hey, come see me at the salon," blah 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 blah. Like, who wants to come get their hair done? This, and that. So I could be building my clientele on my own, um, which I should be doing now that I should be doing that anyway. But yeah, so at my particular salon, it's commission based. So I am a junior stylist, so I have the lowest prices. Me and
Mm.
all the other junior stylists, we have the lowest prices, and they're really not that low. Like they're really not low. They're pretty high. Um, but after, the owner sees like, okay, our clientele is we're booked out like months in advance, book solid, super steady, and our clients are happy, that's when like you get a price raise. So when you get a price raise, then your checks will, get a little
Mm.
fatter, so it
Okay.
kind of just depends on you. It
Okay.
does, it kind of or yeah, kind of does. Yeah, it does. So there is tons of room for growth, and you could always go and rent out a space, and you would probably be making more if you were renting out your own space, being your own boss, because all of your profits would be going towards you. Like you would be getting 100% of the services. Um Whereas like at my salon, it's like commission based, so my boss gets like a percentage of what I do because I get to use his space and do
Mm.
hair there. So yeah, so it really depends like on what route you go down or go to.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. I like
Yeah.
that. Okay. What's two more questions? What's a person, book, or event that changed your life for the better?
um, so okay, I would say a person that changed my life for the better would be my first boss, who was like, "Hey, like come work at my salon." um she just taught me to have very thick skin in this industry. She was not like coddling me. She was not holding my hand. She's just like, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Made me cry sometimes, but I needed that in order
Yeah.
to like help thicken my skin, make me tougher. Yeah, because it's not easy. Like it takes it. You have to be tough, and you have to be very strong minded, strong willed. You can't let things bother you easily. But yeah,
Okay. I like that.
yeah.
We get a lot of bosses for that question. It's like I don't think bosses and managers really understand how like influential they are in people's lives. They really
Hmm.
do like determine like people's, I guess, like outcomes. Like if she would have treated you, if she wouldn't have like she gave you the same opportunity, but she didn't coddle you, you may not be like sitting in front of me right now or in the same
For sure,
situation. So
for sure.
definitely. Shout out her.
Absolutely. Shout out
Okay.
you. Shut up. Shut
last question. Say there's a young woman named June. She's 18 years old. She wants to become a cosmetologist. She watches this episode. What's the advice and the steps you give her to become a cosmetologist?
Oof. Something I wish somebody told me was just know that you're gonna have to connect with people. Like you're like this is not a field where you're just gonna be quietly like doing somebody's hair. Like we are people's therapists, so they literally tell us everything. So I would just say, you know, be be willing to approach it with like an open heart and open mind. Be wanting to make those deep personal connections. Um, and yeah, just give it your all. Don't half-ass stuff. Like go big or go home. Like literally put your all into it so that you can be the best hairstylist that you can possibly be.
I love it. Okay. Awesome. Well, Awatif, it was great having you on. Give people like your socials, like where you, if you feel comfortable, like where you work at, like and like shout out like your socials so they can follow you and come get their hair done.
For sure, for sure. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up my Instagram. I don't know my
No, you're
username.
good. You're good. You're good.
Okay. So everybody follow me. This is so funny. My Instagram is AWATIFROUSTM. Yeah, message me. I work at 8 the salon in South Park. Really great place. Really awesome place. We have a DJ. We have a DJ there every day. Come, we have a coffee machine. I'll make you coffee. Yeah, come see me.
Thank you, man. Y'all go see her. I'm gonna
Thank
put
you.
her Instagram and I'll put her Instagram and the name of her shop in the bio. It's in Charlotte. South Park is in Charlotte, North Carolina. So Charlotte, North Carolina.
It
Once
is.
again, Watif, thank you for joining. Thank you. We really enjoyed the conversation. How to become a cosmetologist in your journey. Everybody, if you're still tuned in, comment, like, and subscribe. Y'all have a nice day.